Hello, this is Steve Cowles with AEM Test. In this fifth in our series of training videos, we'll be talking about setting up a project for fiber optic test. We'll start with a fiber optic module installed in the main unit, and we'll choose the project button in the lower left. We can see that we already have a project called Test Project, which is one I previously created for copper. When I inserted the fiber optic module, the project remains the same, but TestPro recognized that we have a single mode fiber optic adapter module installed. I can edit my fiber optic test settings here, or I can create a new project with the Project Manager button, which would be similar to creating a new project in copper. So we'll choose that. We'll select Project Manager. We'll click the Edit button. We'll click Add New, and then we'll give it a project name. And we'll just call this Test Fiber Project. And click the green check. And yes, we'll use this as our current project. Then we must indicate what profile we want to use, and we're going to do single mode fiber. And hit the green check. Now we'll hit the back button, and we see Test Fiber Project is now the current project, and it is set for single mode fiber, but we do need to edit the settings. I will click the Edit button. This shows us what we're set for, but if I want to change anything, I will hit the Edit button. And in here, we can click the limit. We could choose loss budget if we're just doing a loss budget project, and we can input our total loss allowed for both 1310 and 1550 and then hit the green check. Or if we want to do certification, we'll select that. Then we select TIA. We then select the type of reference cable we'll be using. In this case, I've chosen an inside plant standard grade. Typically, we'd use inside plant reference grade. We then see the certification limits come up. You can edit the number of additional connectors. We'll add 2 additional connectors as I'm going through a cross-connect panel. And I know that in my scenario, I also have 2 splices, so I'll add that. TestPro will automatically calculate the loss values based on the number of connectors and splices that are input here. I'll click my green checkbox, and this saves that setting. I'll now hit back, and back one more time. Other settings we can change are configuration. Right now this is set for dual-ended single direction. You could also do a loop back using just a single TestPro and a loop back patch cord at the far end. You can also select dual-ended bidirectional, where the user will be instructed to swap the cables at the patch panels on fiber 1 and fiber 2 halfway through the test. The cable selection, similar to copper, you can choose a generic. We're set for generic single mode. We could also choose various manufacturers and part numbers, which would narrow down the index of refraction for a more accurate length measurement. We'll simply go with the generic single mode fiber that's already been selected. Likewise, you can also edit the connector type. We can choose generic and choose from a variety of connectors. Label scheme. Right now we have simple label. This is exactly the same as choosing labels or creating labels in copper. Please see the separate video on label schemes for more details. We'll leave this set for simple label. And then operator, just like in copper, we can edit and add a new operator name or just choose an existing one and hit the green checkbox. Our fiber project is now set up for single mode fiber certification, standard inside plant, generic single mode fiber, LC connector, simple label scheme, and the operator's name is Tom. This concludes the setup for Fiber Project. Thank you for your time.